Negative 12 is greater than x minus 7. The first thing I need to do is solve it before I can graph it. I'm rewriting it to the side because I do not have enough room to graph. Draw your river, and you need to isolate the x. You are trying to get the x by itself. There is a negative 7 with the x, so I'm going to add a 7 on this side. If I add a 7 on this side, I have to add a 7 on this side. This is my 0 pairs. Negative 12 plus 7. Signs are not the same. 12 minus 7 is what?
12 minus 7 is 5.
Negative 5. Negative 5 is greater than x. It is going to be an open circle on negative 5. Someone said there's no negative 5, but what's between negative 4 and negative 6? Negative 5. So let's go in here and let's put some numbers in here to see which side is correct. Negative 5 is greater than negative 4. Which one is bigger, negative 5 or negative 4?
Negative 4.
So negative 4 is bigger. So this is not true. We didn't need a statement that is true. So this is not true. So let's try the other side of negative 5. Negative 5 is greater than negative 6. That is true. Negative 5 is bigger than negative 6. The more you go this way, the bigger they get. The more you go this way, the smaller they get. So it is going to be shading in this way. So let's try this one. Negative 1 plus r is greater than or equal to 4. So I've rewritten my problem so I would have room. I'm going to draw my river. With my r, I have a negative 1. So I'm going to add a 1. If I add a 1 on this side, I have to add a 1 on this side. Remember, I am trying to get the r by itself. I'm trying to isolate the variable. This is my 0 pairs. R is greater than or equal to 4 plus 1 is 5. So it's going to be a closed circle because it includes 5. And let's check which side. 4 is greater than or equal to 5. Is that true? No. So let's try the other side. Is 6 greater to or equal to 5? Is 6 greater than or equal to 5? Yes. So I am shading this side in. Yes, it is a closed circle because it includes 5. Because it could be 5 is equal to 5. Number 3. Again, I'm writing it out to the side. The first thing I'm going to do is draw my river. So I rewrote the problem so I would have room. I drew my river because of what I'm going to do to one side, I have to do to the other. I have a negative 6 here, so I'm going to add a 6. If I add 6 to one side, I have to add 6 to the other side. This is my 0 pair. Negative 6 and a positive 6 is 0. So in negative 14 in a positive 6, you have 14 ninjas that come in and 6 pirates. 14 minus 6. 14 minus 6.
7.
14 minus 6 is 8. There are more negatives than there are positives, so my answer is going to be negative 8. It is going to be a closed circle because it includes 8. So let's check each side. So negative 10 is less than or equal to negative 8. Is that statement true? Yes. So let's check the other side. And let's just pick a positive number because we know there's going to be positive numbers over here. So is 5 less than or equal to negative 8? No. This is something, so this side is not going to be it. So we are going to shade in going toward the negative 10. B minus 7 is less than negative 12. I'm rewriting it to the side so I have room to work. I need to isolate the B. I need to get the B by itself. With the B is a negative 7. So I'm going to add a positive 7 on this side. If I add a positive 7 on this side, I'm going to put a positive 7 on the other side. This is my 0 pair. B is less than negative 12 and 7. 12 minus 7 is 5. There are more negatives, so my answer is going to be negative 5. So it's going to be an open circle on negative 5. So let's check each side. This is saying negative 5 is my biggest number. Negative 5 is my biggest number. So is 2 less than negative 5? I just picked one number over here, and I'm going to pick positive because sometimes it feels like it's easier to work with. Is 2 less than negative 5? No. So let's check this other side. Negative 6 less than negative 5? Yes. So I am shading in this side. Okay, let's skip down to number 9. Let's skip down to number 9. So to the side of number 9, just like the other ones, I'm going to write 3x is greater than 3. Negative 3x is greater than 3. I am going to draw my river, but notice, what is with my x? It is a negative 3. So anytime you are dividing by a negative, if your coefficient, whatever number is with the variable, is negative, that means you're going to flip the sign. So this sign is going to go the other way. It automatically goes the other way. So I'm just going to go down here and flip the sign. Now I can solve it. This is a negative 3 multiplying. What's the inverse to multiplying? Divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3, these numbers cancel out. So that leaves me with x. 3 divided by negative 3. 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1. So it's going to be an open circle on negative 1. So let's check each side. Is 1 less than negative 1? This is saying my negative 1 is bigger than 1? No. So let's check the other side. Any number on this side. Is negative 3 less than negative 1? Yes, that is true. So I am going to shade this side in. So let's look at number 10. Again, I'm going to recopy on this side. I'm going to draw my river. This is n divided by 3 is greater than 3. To solve this, we need to get the n by itself. What is the inverse operation of division? Multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. N is greater than 3 times 3, which is 9. It's going to be 3 times 3 is 9. So it's going to be an open circle on 9. So it's going to be an open circle on 9. And let's check each one. Is 8 greater than 9? No. So we're going to put an X on this side. Now we're going to check the other side of 9. Is 10 greater than 9? Yes. So I'm going to shade in this side. That means all the numbers on this side, and it continues for it can continue forever, is going to make this statement true. Number 11. K over 4 is less than negative 4. I'm going to draw my river because I'm going to do whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. This is a division problem. What's the inverse to division? So I'm going to multiply by 4 on both sides. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. So it is going to be in what type of circle? Open circle on 16. So remember, this side is going to start being positives. This side is all negatives. So if I give me a number that's going to be on this side that's positive. How about 5? 5 is less than negative 16. Is that true? I know that's not true. So 5 would be on this side, so there should be x's on this side. So is negative 14 less than negative 16? No. Remember, we already said 5 is not less than negative 16, right? So, and 5 was on this side, so I know I'm going to have an x on this side. Remember, the more you go this way, the bigger they get. So it's negative 18 less than negative 16. Which one's bigger, negative 18 or negative 16? Negative 16 is bigger. So I'm going to shade in this side.